Alright, in today's video, I'm going to be making some Christmas decorations because it's getting close that time of year again. Balls. No, baubles actually. Yeah, gonna make some baubles. How am I gonna make them? Well, on the lathe. But later on, I'll need something to put them on. So keep watching, see what I do, see if it's a success or not. Hopefully it will, but let's get on with it. Here I am using the lathe again. I'm really trying to get used to it and work out for myself what I need to do to get the desired results. By that, what I mean is, starting with the roughing gouge, how much pressure do I need to apply? Should I put some force behind it, or just let it almost tickle the surface of the wood? When I watch other videos, it always seems like the wood goes from having square edges to round very quickly. I know that they could do as I do and skip the video, but they seem to do it so easily. I really have to learn the secret on how to do that. During the video, you'll see me using different gouges to try and do the same job, which is basically to put a curve on the wood. Why am I using different gouges? Well, it simply comes down to that I came to a realisation that I don't have a spindle gouge, and it would seem that it's that particular gouge that I would need to use to create the curve. I sense a purchase coming up. Another thing that I'm still trying to work on are the camera angles that I use for the lathe. I'm sure that after a few more attempts I'll get it sorted out. You may also notice that not only do I have large gouges, but I also have some smaller ones that are for mini work. I think that they come in handy when I want to do any fine detail gouging. At least, that's my theory. Right, so now I've got the baubles done, as you can see here, I now need to make something for them to go onto, the tree. So let's get on to do that. Again, this is all just using scrap wood, keeps the cost down, doesn't it? For the tree, I actually just eyeballed the angle to use, as I didn't want to really have a small tree, which 45 degrees would give. So when I felt that the angle was right, that's what I went for. When it came to cutting it out on the bandsaw, I used my mitre gauge with the fence. It was a bit awkward with the length of the tree being long, but in the end, I managed. The largest hole saw that I have is 51mm. Don't know why they have them as 51 and not just 50. But anyway, I wish that I had a 60mm and even a 70mm, which could be for future use. The 60mm would have been better for the larger bauble, which is the first one. So that's another couple of items to go on the shopping list. After the drill press, I'm just marking out on one of the scrap bits of wood, which will eventually become the base. Of course, I couldn't just leave the baubles or the tree as they were. I mean, Christmas is partly about the colour, right? So I had to use the classic colours of red and green, and of course yellow, as I had no gold, and you may see some baubles have a gold colour. Well, yellow's close enough. Right, so next stage, I've got to work out how I'm going to hang the baubles onto the parts of the tree. So this one's going to go here, kind of, and then the yellow one is going to go up there. Now I've got an idea of using some string, and then I thought, how am I going to attach it to there and then to here. On the tree, I could use the glue gun, and then I've got some of these really small tack nails. Change of plan, the tack nail just pulls out of the string, so instead I've got some twine. Right, change of plan number 3. What I've decided to do is use some garden strimmer cord. And there we go, a Christmas tree with baubles made entirely out of scrap wood, which goes to show that you don't need to go and buy those little cheap ones when you only need a couple. Just make them yourself. Again, it was a good experience for me on the lathe. And if you want to see my attempt at the Christmas tree that I made last year, check out this video. And until the next time, Gang Canny Man.